Hey, this is Rob, Travels with Dottie, and I have to give you this info before you start this video because this travel video went on for almost 2 hours, so I had to break it into part one and part two. And you are now looking at part one. And at the end of the video, there's a place where you can click if you want to see part two. All right, guys, I am all checked out. Everything's good. I am officially leaving Pahrump. I've done everything on my checklist. I got Dottie here. George is in the back, nicely sedated, not making a peep. And we are headed, what do they call it? Over the hump. They say over the hump to Pahrump, and all that means is that, let me straighten this out a little bit. All that means is there's a mountain pass to go through between Pahrump and Las Vegas. And my tire pressures are showing 46, 47, and 49. It's supposed to be 50, but as the day gets hotter, those pressures will come way up. I bet 52, 53 is my guess. If not, I'll pull over, I'll stop, I'll air them up. Turn left on Crawford Way, then take the first left. So we want to make sure we make a nice wide turn here. Am I going to make that? I don't want to hit that sign. It's a tight turn here.
Want me to go move it?
I'm by it now.
Got it. Check it out, huh?
Yeah, I'll be back September.
September, okay, good. See you in September.
All right.
Have a good summer.
Thank you. So that was a tight turn. I heard a little click, like, so here's well, I'm not going to call it a mistake. I will call it an unintended consequence. Usually these small travel trailers come with a very small plastic container for your battery, for one battery, if you're lucky for two. And I wanted a bunch of batteries. So I spent $700. Oh, and you know what we need to do? We need to clear. Anyway, I wanted to, I bought a battery box, a huge metal one, goes all the way across the back. And all my batteries went in there. And they're lithium batteries. So the weight isn't enormously detrimental to my hitch weight, but it added, it added quite a bit, but I'm not over my maximum or anything. Here's the unintended consequence. If I make a tight turn, the back of the truck will hit that box. So my turning radius is significantly, well, not significantly, but materially reduced by the addition of that box. Like I just saw there, that tight turn, I bumped, I could hear it bump the box as I made the turn, which told me that's as much as I can turn it. I barely made the turn. So I have a habit definitely of rolling the window down when I'm making a turn and looking in the side view mirror and listening for, because I did poke a hole in my truck, in the body of the truck. The corner of it went and it poked a hole in it. The hole's still there. I didn't get it fixed. So anyway, you see Dottie there, and you see the view of the road, and you see me. We got 3 cameras going, 3 cameras, and there's something in the middle of the road here, of course. What the hell is that? I don't know, like a piece of rug or something fell off someone's rig. So I got the cameras going. I got the front camera going, the rear camera going. We're in good shape here. And we have the trip thing going. It says I have 500 miles left on this tank of gas, and it lies because it doesn't know I just hooked up my home to it. So it'll be probably not quite half that, um, but close to it. I'd say I'm lucky if I get 300 miles out of a tank of gas. It's saying right now I'm getting 11.9 miles to the gallon after a mile. No, we're gonna, especially with the mountain stuff I'm gonna be doing today, we're gonna be between 8 and 9 miles per gallon. We're gonna be heading up in elevation to the Flagstaff area and beyond. So this old engine's gonna have to earn its keep. It's 8:10 in the morning. And, I'm going to switch off a couple of these cameras. Well, I'm going to switch off all three of them until we get to the hump, to the pass. We'll show you what the pass looks like. And then I'll shut it off and I'll show you what Las Vegas looks like. And I'll be turning stuff on and off as things get interesting and not so interesting. Okay. Oh, here we are coming up to the mountain pass between Pahrump and Las Vegas. It's starting to get steep here. And as I predicted, my gas mileage is terrible. It's right 8.1, and I'm sure it's about to just keep ticking down, probably below 8 by the time I get to the peak of this. When I came through here in March, there was snow up here. And let's see, it's telling me to slow down here. It's saying slow down. Slow down to 45, I think it's saying. Slow down. Okay, will do. Um, one of the things I got to mention is that I think the rumble strips idea is, I think it's, someone has probably saved thousands of lives with the rumble strip. It's those little things that when you wander off too far to the right, when you wander out of your lane, it brrr with your tires and it alerts you that you're not in the middle of your lane. I think that's a wonderful thing. And hats off to whoever invented that. Whoever came up with that idea was a genius and a person worthy of recognition. So if you know who it was or can figure out who it was, put it in the comments. That'd be interesting. So it looks like I'm getting to the peak here. Now it looks like all downhill next 8 miles per gallon. So that's about the worst that I do. I've seen, in long stretches going uphill, I've seen 7 something, 7.6, 7.6, 7.7. So going downhill here, this will it'll not gonna have to use much gas at all for the next few miles. The engine brake is working a little bit, but I'm still having to use the brakes, which I prefer not to do, but you got to keep that speed down. And the engine brake is good; it saves on the brake, but it revs up the engine and it burns a lot of fuel. I mean, I'm up at 3,500 RPMs just to hold that speed down. But the trade-off is I'm in control. and it's safe. Dottie's sleeping. George is back there sleeping. Maybe I should get a fourth camera and have a George cam as well. So you'll have 4 segments on a trip. But isn't this pretty here? It really is. It's beautiful. And we're less than 20 miles from bustling Las Vegas. I got to make one quick stop in Las Vegas. And believe it or not, I can't tell you what it is. I cannot reveal what it is. And I know that's a bit of a mystery, but I by accident got involved with something where I'm doing a favor for a government agency. No, I'm not James Bond, not that government agency, but I'm doing a favor for an agency, and it's not something that. Let me be clear. No one said I have a gag order and I can't discuss it, but I'm not comfortable discussing it. I'm sure they would they would prefer that I don't, so I'm not going to. It's not a big deal. Um, I kind of okay. Here's the truth. I did a video on it, and I liked it. I explained everything that happened, and and I realized they can't tell me not to say anything. I didn't agree not to say. I didn't agree to say. They didn't warn me, but I am certain they would not be happy with me publishing the video, so I deleted it. Sorry. But feel free to guess, and I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to respond to any of those guesses at all. So use your imagination. I can tell you, it's not very. It's not very dramatic. Um, oh, now we're back up to 65, so we can go 62, and we are down to 8.7 miles per gallon. We'll see how that improves. And I can see, you can't on this camera, there's no way the resolution's not that good, but I can see the Las Vegas Strip in the distance. It's foggy. It's still the place I'm going to in Las Vegas is, it's 8:47 and I'm not going to be there until 9:30, so it's still 45 minutes away. There must be some ugly traffic in Las Vegas, or it's further into Las Vegas than I anticipated. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like. It seems like I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is your. And actually, I'm going to hang on here so you can see a nice view of maybe the Las Vegas Valley as we come around the corner down here. Oh, we're back over 9, so we're at 9.1. So, yeah. 8 miles to the gallon for a whole trip would be um, a 36-gallon tank, so 240, so less than 300 miles. That would suck. But my trip today is probably going to be somewhere around 300 miles. It depends. I haven't got a plan on where to stop tonight. I do know I'm not going to go all the way to Las Vegas, New Mexico um, in one day, although I've done it in the past. But I'm going to go as far as I am relaxed and comfortable. And the further I can go, the better off I'll be tomorrow. I can get a late start. I can have a short travel day. Or if I get tired, I'll, uh, I'll stop halfway, split the trip up evenly. What do you think, Dottie? I don't know if you can even see. She did open. You opened your eyes, Dottie, didn't you? You know, I made sandwiches for me, and a bag of treats for you. She's bored. So one of the things I really like about traveling in the Southwest is I never get bored of these scenes of the desert and mountains. Just about everywhere you go, you see stuff like this, and I really enjoy it. So I've been on the road since 8 o'clock. It's almost an hour. I haven't had the radio on at all. I don't need the entertainment. I'm entertained by the drive. We need to tamp down the speed a little bit here. Might be at 62. Got some nice coffee. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to cut it off here and put it back on when we get to Las Vegas because it looks pretty boring and hazy. Well, here we are in Las Vegas, and you're about to get a nice view of the strip here right in front of me as I get onto Interstate 15. There you go. There's the strip. I tell you, driving in traffic like this in big cities is not the thing that I like doing at all when I'm traveling with my trailer. I don't like it one single bit. But at the same time, you got to admit, it's kind of exciting driving right by the world famous Las Vegas Strip. I have to go about 7 miles here. And I have the feeling I need to look at it, but when I finish my little stop here in Las Vegas, I think I have to backtrack and go back the other way. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I didn't really pay that much attention when I was planning the trip, but I may have to backtrack a little bit. I'm not positive. But I'm gonna keep recording here. Um, let's see if I can move this over. So you can see a little bit better. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell by the monitor so small, and I'm a little far away. Yeah, I'm gonna have to backtrack because I don't remember coming this close when I came into town um, in March. I don't think I was this close. Yeah. I wish I could give you a better picture, but I really have to pay attention to the driving here. I cannot do much with the camera. Sorry. Actually, I can reverse this one. Hang on. Once you straighten out one, and that's that. instead of seeing my face, you get to see a nice view of the strip there. I think that. And we are in miserable traffic, aren't we, Dottie? I am going. How fast am I going? 15. So our after going over the hump, we're into Las Vegas. We're at 11.4 miles per gallon, which is not bad. I see, what do I see on the left? I see the Allegiant Stadium. I see Mandalay Bay, the hotel on the right there. I was wondering if I could see that sphere from here, but it doesn't look like I can. So I have about a little less than 9 miles to go to my destination. Looks like about 5 miles on I-15 here. There's a, looks like a big casino. It's called Delano. I've never heard of Delano. Have you guys heard of that? You really got to pay attention when you're in these metropolitan area because the more people there are, the more crazy drivers there are. Just odds. That Allegiant Stadium looks pretty impressive. Mm. I see off in the distance there between those two tall buildings. That's New York, New York. Let's see if I can. That's as far as over as the phone's going to go. But admit it, it's better watching the scenery when I'm here than watching my face. I've always been fascinated by that casino in New York, New York, where they set it up to, kind of, it looks like New York City. It really does. Pretty cool. And I don't think you can't see it from here, but there's also a Statue of Liberty. I think that the big one is supposed to be the Empire State Building. One behind it, maybe the Chrysler Building. And I know, like I said, I know there's a Statue of Liberty there. I don't think we're going to be able to see it though. Another, and this traffic is not a big surprise. It's 9:15 in the morning. It's rush hour on a Wednesday in Las Vegas. And there's you probably can't see it. There's kind of a castle looking place. I don't know what that is. Um, viewers will probably know what the Castle Casino is. I don't see a sign or anything, but it looks like a giant castle. It looks like a Disneyland castle. And then there's the pyramid thing. I forget what that's called. I'm not a very good tour guide for Las Vegas, am I? If you're interested in Las Vegas, I wish I could think of the channel. It's Jacob. Just do Jacob Las Vegas in YouTube, and you'll find his channel. He's a young guy, very nice, personable, does great Las Vegas videos. He's very, very, very interesting. There's the T-Mobile Arena. Not that that's interesting. I just happen to be able to read the sign. And I think we may be getting beyond the things that are interesting here because we're passing the world famous strip, I think. But we'll see what's down here. We got another 3.5 miles to go before we make some kind of a turn here. Aria Resort and Casino, never heard of that one. There's the Bellagio, I've heard of that one. I watched Ocean's 11 for the first time ever. Yes, it's the first time I've ever seen Ocean's 11. It's full of actors that I just love. And I can't believe I've waited this long to watch it. So I thought it was pretty good, pretty interesting. But the humorous things is the friendships that developed between uh, those actors, Brad Pitt and I'm having brain farts here, but you know the three big male actors. All of if you see them on talk shows, they're always talking about pranking each other. You know, it's pretty funny. George Clooney, I think, is the one that is the major prankster, but apparently Brad Pitt is no slouch. All right, 2 miles. Looks like something's going to happen here. And it's like it's saying in 2 miles, stay on I-15. I wonder why it says that. But we'll see, won't we? Got another 6 miles to go before our destination. And you are seeing what it's like during rush hour to drive through Las Vegas. All it says is in 1.5 miles, keep left. So I think maybe there's a split here. It looks like it says I'm okay in this lane here. Let's see. Usually it says which lanes are good. Maybe it will in a minute. It's a little bit, about a mile away. Over there you see the Strat, the tower. I think that's the Strat. I think is that short for the stratosphere or whatever. But I think that's at the end of the strip. I think it wants me to get over a lane, so we'll signal and see if someone will be polite and let this guy with the trailer in. Will they do it? No, they sped up. They sped up. Okay, let me in. Nah, he's gonna let me in. There's always you can if you wait, if you're a little patient, you can always find a kind person if you're willing to be just a little bit patient. So I want to be in the second lane from. I think I'm in the lane I'm supposed to be in. Watch for sudden lane changers here. Here's one. Lane changers. I think I probably want to get over one more lane. What do you think? All right. This seems about right. Now it's telling me to go get over to the right. Okay, now it needs me to go over to the right. Isn't that's friggin' a little frustrating? So it wanted me over to the left, and then it said to the right. So one of the things, hey, here's some really good driving advice, especially if you're pulling a trailer like me. If you realize, oh my God, I'm gonna miss my exit, just miss it. Just go on. It's not worth it. Don't jam on the brakes. Don't change lanes suddenly. Just take a breath and miss your exit. Miss the exit. It's going to be okay. I don't care if you have to drive 20 miles to turn around. No sudden moves. 42A. Now the thing says cross 2 lanes. You get to 42A. Get in the far right lane. And I did it. It's great to have that backup camera and side view mirrors. I can tell exactly what is happening. So we want 42A. Reno Martin Luther King Boulevard. And so it wants me to take M Martin Luther King Boulevard. I'm happy to do it. Here I am. Boy, we're up high, aren't we? We are on a very elevated roadway, which would be the last place you want to be with a big earthquake. Say bye-bye. We are high up here. Wow. Seeing a bunch of casinos on the right there. I wonder if that's downtown. So there are Las Vegas experts looking at this footage going, I know exactly where you are, Robert. Too bad you don't. That was kind of like going on a little quick roller coaster ride. Yeah. Either of the two right lanes in 0.3 miles, we're going to make a, are we going to make a right on, yeah, South Martin Luther King Boulevard. Okay. I don't think I've ever been in this part of Las Vegas before, so this is pretty friggin' interesting. Let's see. It wants me to make a right here. No turn on red. Maybe looks like a little kind of sketchy area of Las Vegas. And we can go now. And we need to go a mile and we need to make our way over to the left lane because we're going to need to make a left. So we got a 1.2 miles to make that maneuver. I tell you, I really love having this rear camera. It's, you know, it fits over my rear view mirror and it looks like I'm looking in a rear view mirror, but no, I'm looking at a camera that's showing everything right behind my trailer and the lanes behind it and the lanes on either side. It gives me a lot of confidence when I change lanes that there isn't someone in my blind spot. Whoa, I say a UPS truck with a trailer went by. I've never seen that before. That's a new one. A UPS truck with a trailer. Said, you know, I've been doing this RV full-time thing for a while, but I was preceded by many decades by my brother Frank. Um, he left his job in New York City in the late 60s, bought himself, you know what a step van is? And he converted it to his own little personal RV and he headed west and lived in that thing. And it was a great stealth camping rig. It would have been perfect except for one thing. It was an old locksmith truck and it had locksmith on the side. And he would be, more often than you would guess, people would be banging on his door or bothering him because they needed a locksmith. He'd be like, I'm not a locksmith. Sorry. But I remember that truck, a big red step van locksmith truck. So he preceded me by many, 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 many decades doing this lifestyle. All right, half a mile, I'm going to make a left, and I'm going to be rolled right on top of my destination. It's like a Las Vegas police. I think what's interesting about Las Vegas police, I think there used to be a Las Vegas City Police and then the county police, and I think they merged. So I think they call it the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. I think they cover the whole county. You can check my facts on that. And I believe I make a left at this intersection up here. No, no, it's not this one. It's not. Is it this one? Can't tell. I think it might be. It's. No, I missed the turn. Missed the turn. Okay. Let's see if it reroutes me. You know, you know what threw me was on the right side, it was a different name street on the left side. Um, anyway, so good example. I missed a turn. I didn't panic. I just kept going. I'll figure it out. And it rerouted me. We'll figure it out. We'll take a little bit more time, but no jamming on the brakes, no sudden moves, just chill. Now, I'm laughing at something that you can't see. I'm looking at this the GPS, and it's showing a bunch of to get where I need to go. Lots of zigs and zags. So I'm curious, very curious to see how this is going to work out for me. This is very funny. So hopefully we won't get caught in a place where we can't make the turn. Oh, this is very funny. Okay. So let's make a left here. Take a sharp left turn, then take the first left. Well, I think I'm going to go try this a little bit different way. I'm going to go longer. It doesn't look good. It looks like I could get trapped. That's the street I missed, Mount Moriah Drive, and it's right here. So we'll make a left here. This is a big wide street. That's good. Turn left, then take the first left. So we don't want to go that way. When possible, make a U-turn, then take the first right. Right. So I am on my way to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and check this out. I just put this Las Vegas, New Mexico in. I'm in the middle of Las Vegas, Nevada. It is 699 miles. So we will not be routing today. We are going to try to do at least half that. That means 350 miles would be half that, at an average of about 60 miles an hour. It's going to be about 6 hours on the road, including a stop or two and unforeseen things. So I would imagine halfway it's going to be late in the afternoon by the time I do half 350 miles. And we will definitely be stopping for gas for sure. And now that I think about that, 350 miles is pretty close to the max mileage for a tank of gas. So it's very likely that I will have to stop 3 times on this trip. Once at the end of the day tomorrow, where I'll probably end up with, a pretty full tank of gas. But I think that it's legit to think that, all right, I got to pay attention. I have to get on 515 south up here in point 0.4 miles. So I need to really mind my P's and Q's here and pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, you can see how aggressive people are driving in Las Vegas here. Um, so 0.2 miles, it looks like right up here. I'll make a left where the green lights are. It's on the other side of this overpass. Left at the traffic light, then keep left. Left at 515 south. 515 south. Looking at all my mirrors and my rear view, everything's clear. Boy, how many? I'll try to make this the last time and say how much I love having an active, good camera on the back of my trailer so I can see what's behind me. It relaxes me so much. And I don't think I have to make any more turns for a while because it says go 107 miles to Flagstaff. Really? No more turns? Seems unlikely, but I don't have to make any turns for 107 miles. Okay, I'll take that. What do you think, Dottie? I don't know if I'm going to be, Dottie looked up at me as I said that. And I don't know how much work it's going to be to sync these 3 videos together. So you may not see Dottie look up when I say that. And I think some of the audio, I'm not sure whether I had the good microphone on or not. So anyway, this is an experiment trying to use 3 simultaneous cameras, and the audio and everything, having it all come out right will, and you know me, I don't spend a ton of time on editing. If I did, I would not be as prolific with the videos as I am. There are YouTubers that spend hours editing, and that's not me. So I'm glad to get my little Las Vegas errand out of the way, and I am on the road. And I will relax a little bit more after we're out of the metropolitan area and we're really seeing wilderness versus urban sprawl. And actually, the traffic was not that bad in Las Vegas for rush hour on Wednesday. Wasn't that bad. And I was worried about a place to park near the building I was going to, and it was just like this huge, wide open um, uh, street where there was just no issue whatsoever. So that was pretty sweet. So let's see. We're going to set the cruise control, set it at 62. And of course, I just get settled and I see the lane that I'm in. Is that exit only? No, I'm good. There's some areas of the country where you go on a road like this and then suddenly you realize the right lane that you're in turns into exit only. So you're constantly having to weave back and forth, but that's not the case here. So anyway, this doesn't look very interesting here, so I'm going to cut it off and I'll cut it back on when the topography, something interesting happens. I'll be back. Well, I got warning that there's a scenic overlook in 1 mile. So I'm not sure how well I'm going to do with this camera. Um, We'll see. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like I'm going to do real well with this, but we'll see. It'll be lake meat. And I'm sure the view is going to be spectacular, but forgive me if I don't do well because I have to pay attention to the driving. I'm holding this camera in my left hand, hoping for the best. Um, and we'll see. I would pull off in the scenic overlook, but it does not look like it's a good idea that I didn't because there's no room for RVs there. None. But it is spectacular. I hope you can see it. Very, very beautiful view. And as I'm glancing over at this camera in my left hand, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. I'm so sorry. But I wish you could really see this. It's very, very beautiful. And I think we've missed the view, but Hoover Dam, Lake Mead National Recreation Area, next exit. You know, I'm a little bit too fast here, even though it's not even doing 60. I don't know what it is. It just feels like a little too much. All right, here we are. Let's see. I've done this several times and I can't really remember what's next or what exactly it looks like, but I got all the cameras on just in case something interesting happens here. I'm sure hope I'm able to edit this stuff all together. There you see me wander to the right there. That means, Rob, do not mess with the cameras while you're driving. You need to just take the footage that you get. It's just too dangerous to do otherwise. I'm drifting over, even though I'm paying close attention, I'm drifting over. I think we're going to go over the dam up here. Strong crosswinds possible next mile. Well, let's be careful. High profile, strong crosswinds possible. I can feel a crosswind. Oh, yeah. This is just a bridge here, not a dam. It's really too bad you can't see all this beauty. But I'm showing you what I can. Adjust this a little bit. A little bit. And we're about to enter the beautiful state of Arizona. And I have been on the road for 2.5 hours, including the stop. And I've gone 102.7 miles. So, lost a lot of time in Las Vegas, didn't I? We are in Arizona. And we are at 11.2 miles per gallon. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, bumpy. They could do a little bit better. Taking care of this road, I think. So Kingman is 64 miles away, away. Williams, 176, and Flagstaff, 209 miles, which would bring us pretty close to the halfway mark. We'll try to make it a ways past Kingman, but definitely 200 miles away is uh, 4 hours or so. We have used a quarter of a tank of gas, so we'll definitely be stopping for gas round about then. The old Ford says we got 344 miles left on this tank, and I think that they're not right about that. Rough road. That's not a good sign. Bump. Where's the bump? Must be here. There's the bump. That's not going to do well for the stuff inside the trailer. Look at this. White Rock Canyon Trailhead. As soon as I make these corners up here and get to a straightaway, I'm going to cut off the camera and we'll turn it back on and for the next interesting spot. In the meantime, thanks for sitting beside me in the co-pilot seat. I appreciate it. Let's see that we're climbing elevation and my gas mileage crept below 11. We're down to 10.8. What are you doing there, Dottie? You getting anxious? We've got a real slow truck up here, having trouble with the hill. It's 102 degrees out there, guys. It's warm, very warm. So we're gonna go around the truck. All right, We're going to cut stuff off. I'll see you in a few. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Kingman, Arizona. And this is where we get on the infamous Interstate 40. We'll be heading east towards Flagstaff. We have a whopping 591 miles remaining in our journey from Las Vegas, Nevada to Las Vegas, New Mexico. So it is 11:45 a.m. and we would like to see how much of this 590 miles we can bite off today. It's a mission. So we're only about less than half a mile from the turn here. I remember coming through here before. It's always kind of jammed up here getting on I-40. You're coming into here anytime. There's a Travel America right here at the intersection. If you need gas, need a big place to pull into, Travel America's here. A whole heck of a lot to see here. It's certainly picturesque with the mountains and the desert in the background. We are at, let's see, elevation. We have climbed to 3,382 feet. Not a lot, maybe 1,000 feet higher than Pahrump. I'd have to check on that, but it's probably pretty close to that. And our mileage is 9.1 miles per gallon, which reflects mountain driving. And like I predicted, if I end up at 9 miles per gallon at the end of the day today, when I stop, I'll be a pretty happy camper. But I think, if I remember correctly, I think Flagstaff is quite a bit higher than this. So I'm thinking that we're probably not going to break 9. We'll probably be in the 8s. We are under a half a tank of gas left. The computer on the Ford says 171 miles, and I still don't believe that. I think it's probably less than that. We've gone 171.2 miles so far today in coming up on 4 hours. I know that's not a lot in 4 hours, but remember I did stop in Las Vegas we took a detour and then we waited for half an hour and fought traffic going backtrack. So we lost like 45 minutes to an hour stopping in Las Vegas, probably an hour. It's about right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about number 4 in line for takeoff here. Remember that from flying in airplanes? They tell you how far back you are in line for takeoff while you're sitting in the plane in your seat, wonder why is it taking so damn long for this plane to get into the sky? Is there traffic jams on airport runways and taxiways, just like there are everywhere else? And we have a green light. We have turning wheels. Oh, you see that? See that guy just sneak right in front of me? You got to be vigilant, guys. Vigilant, vigilant, vigilant. You never know what other drivers are going to do. He could have stayed in that lane and made this left turn just fine, but he decided, I'm going to just sneak in here in front of this guy. And we are about to get on Interstate 40, and I hope it. I've read stuff. People are saying it's pretty rough, pretty crappy conditions. And I already see orange signs. It's for getting on, meaning construction. What does this say? Road work ahead. Of course, there's road work ahead, but that's a good thing. It means they're fixing the road. So what am I complaining about? I complain about the road conditions and I complain about construction on the road. That makes no sense. Good for them doing construction on the road. Bravo. Good job, Arizona. All right. I'm going to shut her down. Probably give you a peek at Flagstaff when I get there. Take care.